10 reasons why most INFJs are still single. While INFJs are known to be an introverted personality type, there are very few things in this world that are more important than deep, trustworthy connections. They crave closeness and emotional bonds and won't settle for a few common interests, especially when it comes to romance. And as a result, INFJs can struggle when it comes to finding Mr. or Mrs. Right. Welcome, or welcome back, Psycho! Before we start, we'd like to take a moment to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, You're My Type. You're My Type is a global MBTI personality type-based app that allows you to accurately connect with potential friends and romantic partners from all around the world. The You're My Type compatibility app goes above and beyond the standard dating apps by utilizing personality type data, taking the guessing game out of finding genuine friendships and partnerships anywhere, anytime. Just answer a few simple questions to calculate your accurate personality type, or if you already know your type, skip right to the quick compatibility test to instantly find out your ideal match. Once your profile is complete, you'll instantly be directed towards thousands of like-minded people looking for a similar connection. With the option of finding local matches in your area or worldwide connections from anywhere around the world, the You're My Type app is suitable for all introverts and extroverts alike. Yes, even you INFs. Available for both iOS and Android, you can easily download the app via the App Store or by using the links included in the description. Alright, let's get right into it, starting with number 1. They genuinely want to be single. INFJs love their alone time, and there's no way around that when it comes to romantic relationships. On the bright side of things, there are many personality types that actually admire the INFJ's need for independence within a relationship. On the not-so-bright side of things, solitude can be seriously difficult for the INFJ to even think about giving up. In fact, if it wasn't for their desire towards the idea of romance and human connection, the INFJ would never consider another way. With their rich imaginations and a passionate outlook in life, most people with this introspective type are fine being with their own best friends. Whether they want to follow their dreams of solo traveling, going back to school, or starting their own business, INFJs have no trouble navigating their alone time. And so, another person sometimes just seems like a damper on their plans rather than a complement to their life. Number 2, too busy following passions. INFJs love deep connections, but, quite frankly, sometimes this empathetic type is able to get their fix through their passionate careers and hobbies in life. If an INFJ is lucky enough to find something they're truly passionate about, it can be extremely difficult to pass up the freedom of true independence for the sake of a relationship. The fulfillment INFJs get from giving back to the world or learning something new can be all they need to live a happy and content life. This is especially true when their hobby or career involves communicating with other people. Not only would it fulfill their desire to help or learn, but it also feeds their fix for human relationships with no obligations attached. INFJs put their all into everything they do, and although this tendency propels them towards achieving their personal goals, if dating isn't their main focus, it can be difficult to take potential relationships seriously. Number 3, they only want deep connections. Deep connections are hard to find in a world that can seem so surface-level and autopilot at times. And while some people enjoy the fact that socializing doesn't always have to mean deep conversations and vulnerability, for the INFJ, this isn't a part of their reality. In fact, it can be difficult for an INFJ to stick around in a new connection if they feel like they're not opening up about themselves at the rate they expect them to. This sounds slightly harsh, but especially when it comes to getting to know someone, small talk just seems like an avoidance to talk about the nitty-gritty, the stuff that the INFJ showed up for. Whether it be an acquaintance, friendship, or potential romantic partner, talking for the sake of talking just doesn't cut it for this introverted type that can't help but to have proper listening skills. And, as a result, dating can seem seriously dreadful, which brings us to our next point. Number 4, most INFJs can't tolerate casual dating. While some personality types find the joy in dating for fun, casual dating isn't for everyone, and that definitely includes INFJs. When it comes to texting relationships and short-term flings, you can almost always count the INFJ out. Besides the fact that INFJs look for genuine connection, which isn't always the case when it comes to casual dating, INFJs can find dating to be pointless if there is no means to continue further. Since they have such a deep drive to build something in their lives with or without someone, they don't want to waste their time being held up by emotionless relations. Yet, since we can't say the same things for the whole world, the INFJ can seriously struggle to find ways of connecting to new people that doesn't require siphoning through no-strings-attached go-getters and dodging vain, empath-seeking narcissists. Number 5, their generosity attracts the wrong people. Speaking of narcissists and toxic connection, INFJs are said to be one of the personality types most targeted by narcissists because of their sensitive and empathetic nature. Since INFJs are known for giving people the benefit of the doubt due to their ability to understand people on an uncanny level, sometimes the emotional depth of toxic people can intrigue them. And, as a result of being a little too nice in a world of evil, naiveness can get them into some sticky situations, especially when it comes to toxic romantic connections. While they're busy trying to help the world, an inexperienced INFJ can easily be sweet-talked or guilt-tripped into a relationship in the name of helping someone, despite their strong intuition. Unfortunately, it only takes one tough partnership for the INFJ to want to avoid dating for a good amount of time. And when they are ready, they usually come back into the dating game extremely wary, which poses its own set of complications when they're expected to become vulnerable. Number 6, they much prefer a bare soul over a bare body. Almost every INFJ can consider themselves demisexual to some degree. Demisexual means that you only feel sexually attracted to someone when you have an emotional bond with the person. In other words, INFJs want to know someone deeply, on a soul level, before going forward. For some INFJs, this soul level may look different than for other INFJs, but overall, INFJs see human connection as an energy exchange. And, similar to their dislike for the casual dating scene, certain societal expectations and things like hookup culture can seem really shallow to this idealistic personality. Sure, the men and women of this intuitive type will have very different experiences, but predicting and dodging ulterior motives can become daunting, to say the least. Number 7, they don't trust easy. So, how do you win an INFJ's heart and prove yourself worthy? Well, all it takes is a little genuinity, consistency, and time. A lot of time. We're talking months to years before an INFJ can truly let their hair down and be themselves around someone new. And quite frankly, that's just too long of a time to wait for some people. Contrary to their interest in other people's emotional vulnerability and depth to their personalities, INFJs aren't all that willing to share about themselves. Not only does it require a lot of patience on the other end of the relationship, but it also requires serious emotional understanding to not take offense by it. Because, as the INFJ analyzes and tests the waters in a new relationship, it can almost seem obvious that they're a little uptight, that they're not comfortable enough to open up, and to the wrong person, this can make it seem like the INFJ is holding something from them or that they're unwilling to trust. Number 8, they look for similar interests. INFJs are picky, not just in relationships, but in life. They know what they want, but more importantly, they really know what they don't want, and they're not exactly easy to persuade. So, when it comes to dating and getting to know someone, INFJs can be pretty finicky on whether or not their potential partner has interests and hobbies that could fit into their life. While they may be willing to settle for some things, people with an INFJ personality type are usually interested in out-of-the-box concepts like conspiracy theories, spirituality, psychology, arts, poetic writing, and the list goes on. INFJs have interests and require a partner to have interests of their own or of a similar nature. Uses to connect to others on that deeper level they crave, unfortunately, being one of the rarer personality types, INFJs aren't all that familiar with meeting people that share these interests. In fact, they're lucky if they can meet someone who doesn't see their thoughts and opinions as taboo. So, you can only imagine the difficulty that would come for an INFJ who can see the incompatibility within the first few minutes of a date. Alright, psychos, that's it for today. So, are you a single INFJ? If so, let us know in the comments below why you think you're still single. Also, please don't forget to leave us a like, Share this video with your friends and also subscribe to our channel for more psycho videos.